It's no secret that being a lottery winner opens doors to a world of endless possibilities.
I won.
But what about the first purchases of the fortunate winners in the past? In this video, we'll delve into the fascinating world of lottery winners' most major first purchases.
Wow.
And explore what they reveal about the human psyche and our deepest desires.
Money, please!
Here are the 15 most unique and exciting biggest first purchases of lucky lottery winners that would make you drool. Stick until the end of the video to learn about the most mind-blowing purchases ever made by a lottery winner. Without further ado, let's dive in.
And here we go.
Number 15. Purchase a water park. Get this. After winning a massive jackpot of $319 million in the Mega Millions in 2011, John Coutet and his wife Linda decided to do something incredibly selfless with their fortune. They donated a chunk of it towards building a water park, Spray Park, in honor of their beloved parents, Edmund Ostrowski and the late Gertrude Ostrowski, and Joseph and Mercedes Coutet. These down-to-earth souls forked over a generous $200,000 to construct the oasis in Green Island, New York. John Coutet was one of the 7 employees at the New York State Homes and Community Renewal who won a $319 million Mega Millions jackpot, and his share was $28.7 million. The Coutets came to the Village Hall after winning the drawing to ask how they could help their hometown, leading to the installation of the spray pool. The Coutets live in Florida, but visited their hometown to partake in the Spray Park's dedication ceremony, leaving behind a refreshing and welcoming addition to the local community. And the best part? Taxpayers didn't have to spend a dime on the exciting new attraction. They made Green Island a lot cooler. That's what we call a heartwarming act of kindness that truly made a splash in their community.
We couldn't be happier, rain and all. As long as we don't get struck by lightning today, we're happy.
Number 14. World Tour. In 2014, Nigel Willits, a then 49-year-old pub owner, accidentally bought lottery tickets worth $20 and ended up winning big. The lucky winner said he was scared to give the winning ticket to the cashier and even made his sister double-check it.
Double check.
However, after confirming his win, he celebrated with a lock-in at his pub with his regulars. Nigel invested a minor amount in lottery tickets, and against all odds of 13 million to 1, he won around a staggering $1.25 million. With his grand fortune, he treated himself to extravagant holidays at stunning destinations like Mexico, Venice, and Dubai for around 62 grand. He purchased an elegant Range Rover Sport priced at $120,000 and a new home worth approximately $467,000. He even ventured into the property market and invested some $250 grand in 3 new residential properties. After paying off his mortgage, he treated 13 family members to a trip to Florida. He also invested in a trampoline center called Go Air and planned to expand his business across Europe. It really does change your life, Nigel said. The week before winning, he met Karen, his fiancée, whom he informed about his victory over the phone. Nigel later proposed to Karen in Venice, and they plan to get married the next year and go on a honeymoon in Seychelles. Number 13. Cruise to the Mediterranean. Meet Paul Hardware, a then 51-year-old chef from Cardiff who was facing redundancy when he won nearly $6.2 million in the lottery on the 18th of August, 2007. Paul and his wife, Denise, had been playing for 14 years with no real luck, just a couple of tenors here and there. But when Paul got the news about his job, the couple decided to add an extra line of lucky dip numbers to their ticket. Lo and behold, they won big. Paul and Denise were so afraid of losing the winning numbers that they kept checking teletext over and over again until they finally got to confirm the news that they had won over $6.1 million. The couple quit their jobs and went on a dream cruise to the Mediterranean to let the news sink in. When they returned home, they paid off their mortgage and bought their dream home in Somerset. They also bought a second-hand car to replace their son Matthew's old beater, and even paid for his degree at Oxford Brookes University. With their newfound wealth, Paul and Denise have been able to set up savings accounts for their 3 grandchildren and buy properties for their family members. Life has certainly changed since their remarkable win, but they're grateful for the opportunity to spoil, and be able to help those that they love. Number 12. Brand new kitchen. Matthew Evans from Barrie, a former postman, was in for a huge surprise when he discovered he won $3.2 million in the lottery in July 2015. Despite having the winning ticket for 3 whole days, he only found out about his prize after he went to buy another ticket for the following week, and the person at the counter informed him that he could not claim his prize money there and then. Upon hearing this, he realized he must have won a significant amount
I won.
and rushed home to check his ticket with his parents. Sure enough, he had matching numbers, and his dad then secured the ticket away in a safe for safekeeping. The next day, he went for breakfast with his friends and told them the news. Who couldn't believe him?
You serious?
Matthew subsequently took a career break while he decided how to use the money. He purchased a new kitchen for his sister Michelle, who had 8 children, and a car for his dad. He went to the US to catch an NFL game, Cyprus to watch Wales play football, and planned to attend the Wimbledon final with his mother and the Monaco Grand Prix with his father. Dreaming big, Matthew even said it was a worry that he would run out of ideas on what to do with the money. Number 11. Family Trust. Louise White, an 81-year-old from Newport, Rhode Island, became a multi-millionaire after winning $336.4 million in the Powerball lottery, making it the 3rd largest win in the game's history. White spoke briefly at the news conference announcing her win, thanking her lucky stars that her family will be well looked after.
And this will make my family very happy. We are truly blessed. Thank you.
She chose to take the lump sum payment of $210 million rather than the 30 annuity payments spread over 29 years. I want to say that I'm very happy and I'm very proud. This will make my family very happy, she said. We are truly blessed. Thank you. She intended to donate her winnings to the Rainbow Sherbet Trust, named after the dessert she purchased the previous month at Stop & Shop while buying the lottery ticket. White's family stored the winning ticket in her Bible until they were able to deposit it in a safe at the bank. The family kept checking and rechecking the numbers before fully accepting their good fortune. Number 10. Endless shopping spree. Let us tell you the tale of Vivian Nicholson, a lucky woman who struck gold back in 1961 by winning £152,300 in the British football pools. That's like winning a hefty $3.6 million in today's currency. So, how did she spend her newly acquired fortune? Vivian famously vowed to spend, spend, spend.
I've got to put that on the side. I've got the money. I can go out and buy what I want. And that's it. Who's bothered about anybody else? I'm not.
She threw money on beautiful dresses, hand-picked from Harrods, bought several fancy cars that could make any James Bond villain drool with envy, and jet-setted across the United States and Europe. Fast forward to 2007, she was living on a meager $109 a week and looking for a job at the ripe old age of 71. But don't let her financial woes fool you. Viv still loves her spiffing clothes and splurges on $90 bottles of perfume after her daily 2 baths.
Wow.
Despite her struggles, Viv remains a symbol of the consumer culture that exploded in the 60s and has now reached almost every corner of British society. She's had her fair share of ups and downs since her win, including widowhood, multiple marriages, a religious conversion, and even a stroke. But despite it all, she managed to keep her sense of humor and reinvents herself time and time again. With a successful West End musical based on her life, Viv would pass on her wisdom to the next generation of lottery winners. With her keen eye for fashion and her love for the finer things in life, Viv has plenty of tips for how to spend those millions. Fast forward to 2016, her closet was still bursting at the seams with high-end couture, but her wallet felt a bit light. Oh, how the tables have turned. Number 9. Second-hand Jaguar. It was an unforgettable start to the year for Francis and Patrick Connolly when they won a bulky $143 million on New Year's Day in 2019. Patrick bought a lucky dip online, and it turned out to be the jackpot winner. The Northern Irish grandparents hardly knew how to react when they discovered their incredible windfall. They had a cup of tea and went to bed before waking up the next morning to verify the win with Camelot.
Let us ride to Camelot!
They still couldn't believe it.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
In a press conference, they talked about how it hasn't really sunk in, even though Patrick checked the numbers on multiple websites. Frances expressed she wanted a second-hand car, preferably a Jaguar, while Patrick planned to spoil his wife with gifts. They also fancied a holiday to Mauritius, some trips to watch rugby matches, and an F1 Grand Prix. Their generosity, however, might be the most extraordinary thing of all. They spoke about wanting to use their novel wealth to assist their loved ones. What a way to start the year! Number 8. Luxury Flat. Ave Dawes and Angela Dawes are a lucky couple from Wisbech, Cambridgeshire, who hit the Euro Millions jackpot in October 2011. It was only their third time playing the lottery, and boy did it pay off. Dave, a shift supervisor for Premier Foods, and Angela, a volunteer for the British Heart Foundation, won an astonishing amount of money. This will come as a shocker. After sharing the wealth with their loved ones by giving $1.25 million each to around 20 close friends and relatives, they decided to treat themselves to a life of luxury. They first bought an exquisite flat in West London, only a short walk from Chelsea's Stamford Bridge ground. However, after a few years, they decided to sell it for $5.6 million and moved on to an even more luxurious 6-bedroom Grade 2 listed manor house in Etchingham, East Sussex, that Tom Jones and Engelbert Humperdinck once owned. The sprawling manor house cost them a tremendous $4.9 million. The Dawes didn't let their fortune go to waste. They also set up a charity, got married, and treated themselves to some well-deserved sumptuous items, including a Rolls-Royce, exotic holidays, and designer clothes. However, not everyone was happy for the happy couple. In fact, Dave's son, Michael, sued him for support, but to no avail. Despite the ups and downs, the Dawes are living their best lives and enjoying every moment of their splendid fortune. Number 7. Expensive cars. In 2018, 51-year-old Andrew Clark, a self-employed builder from Boston, Lincolnshire, started looking for a mansion when he found out he was the owner of Britain's biggest ever unclaimed lottery ticket, making him an overnight millionaire. How did he discover his win? It all started with a habit of stockpiling tickets in his van. Andrew had accumulated a bundle of tickets, which he tucked away in the visor of his Pew Goat Expert. Little did he know, the bundle was worth a ginormous $95 million.
Damn!
But it was his partner's niece who kept reminding him to check his tickets, and he finally gave in. As he went through the tickets methodically, from the oldest to the most recent, he had realized he had won big. His initial reaction was to call his partner and tell her to start looking for a mansion. Andrew and his partner started spending their fortune immediately. They bought a new home with 2 cars, a Mercedes C63 AMG and a Nissan Qashqai. They also plan to use their wealth to help out their loved ones. It just goes to show that you never know what treasures might be lurking in your van. Number 6. Back Scratcher. Check out this heartwarming story about a couple from Cumbria who won an astounding $4.5 million on the Euro Millions lottery in July last year. Lee and Helen Kaczynski's first purchase as millionaires was a back scratcher worth $21. Can you believe it?
Yeah, wow.
They also bought a new house and car to celebrate their good fortune. The couple, who have been married for 24 years, have rented all their lives and never thought they would become homeowners. Lee, a lorry driver, was on the job when he received a call from his wife Helen, informing him of their big win. Number 5. Used Volvo Estate. Joe and Jess Thwaite, Britain's biggest lottery winners, made their first big purchase in June last year. They got a used Volvo Estate. Despite winning a sizable $230 million in the Euro Millions, the couple opted for an understated gray V60, spending a relatively modest $47,000. Joe, 49, and Jess, 44, are often spotted arriving in the car at their front gate of their $810,000 Grade 2 listed home. Despite their windfall, neighbors are unsurprised that the pair have been so restrained with their money. They describe Joe and Jess as down-to-earth people who have worked hard their whole lives. Instead of living the rich, comfy life, the couple pressed ahead with their original plan to do up their house and ensure everything was sorted as they originally planned. The fact that they've not blown it all on sports cars or booze shows how humble they are. Number 4. 5-bedroom eco mansion. Picture this, a self-proclaimed white van man living in a modest 3-bedroom home near Cirencester suddenly became filthy rich overnight. Nigel Page, 43, was the luckiest winner of a humongous $69 million jackpot in February 2010. With his ample wealth, he wasted no time marrying his girlfriend Justine and moving into a gorgeous 5-bedroom eco-mansion in the lush Cotswolds. That's not all. Nigel also generously gave their old home to their loyal cleaner. Fast forward to 2016, the couple spent a substantial $7.5 million on a Grade 2 listed 8-bedroom Cotswolds mansion to undergo a serious renovation. However, not every aspect of Nigel's life became a fairy tale overnight. He reportedly paid his ex-wife, Wendy, a cumbersome $2.5 million after she made a legal claim for a portion of his fortune. The two had separated a decade prior to his monumental win. Now, before we get into our top 3, imagine what your life would be like if you had an extra $1,000 every day. Would it change your life? Yes. Would it change your family's life?
Are you kidding me?
To be very clear, this is 100% possible and honestly, not hard to do.
How?
If you want to learn how you can do this, click the link in the description, where you will immediately learn about the simple 3-step method that is helping people make thousands of dollars per month from the comfort of their own home. You can do it too. Click the link in the description now. Okay, let's move on with number 3, 90 acres of land. It was the news that changed their lives forever.
Here we go.
Gillian Bayford, a kind-hearted children's nurse, and her husband, Adrian, a seller of records, scooped an enormous fortune of $184 million in August 2012. They plan to spend their money on deluxe holidays and fancy cars. It was a dream come true. But as much as it hurts to say it, fairy tales don't always have happy endings. Just 15 months after their superb win, Gillian and Adrian split up. However, despite going their separate ways, they remained on good terms, determined to make the most of their fabulous fortunes. Adrian moved into a giant Georgian mansion with a gigantic 90 acres of land. Impressive, right? With the vast space at his disposal, he even organized the Cambridge Rock Festival on the grounds to save it from being canceled. Now that's a jaw-dropping flex. As for love, Adrian found it again in the form of stable girl Sam Burbridge. After just 2 weeks, he whisked her away to the Maldives for a romantic getaway where he popped the question. Sadly, their engagement didn't last and they split up 3 years later. On the other hand, Gillian found love with a car salesman named Alan Warnock. Number 2, mansion with 400 acres of land.
What?
Neil Trotter, a car mechanic and racing driver from Coulsdon, had always dreamed of hitting the jackpot. He thought he heard every Only Fools and Horses joke, but Neil couldn't believe his luck when he won the Euro Millions jackpot worth $135 million in 2014. As he celebrated with his family and friends, he joked, "Being Trotters, we were always going to be millionaires one day." Neil had no idea his life would change forever when he told his father's office staff that this time tomorrow he would be a millionaire. Little did he know, his lucky stars had already aligned themselves, and he had become the 4th biggest lottery winner in the country within hours of uttering those words. It was a spectacular premonition that became a reality, and Neil was over the moon. With his fresh wealth, Neil spared no expense. He used it to buy a magnificent mansion steeped in history. The Grade 2 listed mansion came with its own lake and 400 acres of land. It was a dream come true for Neil and his family. A real-life fairy tale. Neil's win has since brought him fame and fortune, but he remains grounded and committed to living life to the fullest. It's no surprise that his story has inspired countless others to play the lottery in the hope of one day hitting it big. Who knows, their fairy tale could just be around the corner. And number 1, $25.5 million home in Hollywood Hills. Get ready to be startled by the intriguing story of Edwin Castro, the lucky winner of the world's largest lottery prize. After taking home an unbelievable $2.4 billion Powerball jackpot last November, Castro decided to make his wildest dreams come true by purchasing an opulent $25.5 million mansion in the heart of Hollywood Hills. The upscale property boasts 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, an infinity pool, a movie theater, a wine cellar, a game room, a steam shower, a fitness gym, and a sauna. And that's only the beginning. Castro's new home sits among the stars, with celebrity neighbors like Ariana Grande, Dakota Johnston, and Jimmy Kimmel. It's no surprise that this was the most costly real estate sale in Hollywood Hills so far this year. But wait, there's more. The sale was closed on March 1st, just 2 weeks after California lottery officials publicly revealed Castro's identity to satisfy state law. While we don't know much about Castro, we do know that he's one of the luckiest people on the planet. The odds of winning one of just 4 Powerball drawings held in 45 states, Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands, with a jackpot of $1 billion or more, are 1 in 292 million. Castro managed to beat the odds and become an instant billionaire, despite accusations that he won underhandedly. California lottery officials have confirmed that Castro is indeed the legitimate victor and holder of the ticket with the winning numbers 10, 33, 41, 47, 56, and Powerball 10. He's now living the high life in his posh Hollywood Hills mansion. And if you think winning $2.04 billion is crazy, then wait till you see what happened in the tragic true story of the $280 million Powerball winner.